Welcome. My name is Brian Kwong with Better Partners, and we're going to take a first-hand look at flight plans from Cirrus Insight. In this video, we're just going to create a very simple flight. Now, this is a beta version, so not all features may be looking or act the same in the final version. The first thing you'll notice is that there's a new tab in Cirrus Insight for flight plans, and we have a button underneath Compose for flight plans as well. Before you can actually use flight plans, though, you have to have a flight to add things to. So if you click on flight plans, we can see we have a number of subtabs for action items, flights, performance. And then if you're an admin, you'll be able to have this manage tab. The manage tab lets you create a flight plan. So I've not done this before. Let's go ahead and create one and see what is involved. So we'll click create a flight plan, and we'll give this a name. Data test for all the testing purposes. So now I can see that once I have a name and put a description, we have a couple of options. I'm going to guess these are probably actions, and it looks like we have emails, calls, and to-dos. So I'm going to build a flight plan on the assumption that I am building this on the behalf of sales to kind of guide them through a process when we first meet people. So we're going to say our first step is an introduction email. We have an option to send this automatically or allow delivery outside the recipient's business hours. I'm going to hold off on that for right now, but let's take a look at what we have for email content. Well, this is fantastic. So this is using the email templates available to you within Salesforce. So I don't have a template built. So let's go create a new template. And you can tell this is live based on the number of spelling errors I'm making. So we'll go save this as something, and I'll come back later and change this particular template so it's actually useful for us to use. So flight plans, data, template. All right, so there's my template. In there, we'll continue. So now I can see here's my introduction. Here's what the subject is. This is what the body is. And then it looks like I can do some other things. So end flight if no response is received. And it looks like I can have outcomes. And I can set days and times. But let's start by clicking on the plus. So if I send an email to a new prospect, I'm probably going to want to follow up with a call. And let's make it 2 days because we don't want to be too annoying. And now for calls, we have a call script content. So if we click this, it looks like we can create a new script. Let's go ahead and create a new script. Hi, I'm Brian, Better Partners. We're the Salesforce partner to ensure your long-term success. The road to best starts with. I think that might be right. And so we'll call this introductory script. Again, live based on the number of horrible misspellings. Since I don't have a folder created, it looks like I need to create a folder. So, plus, and let's create this call scripts sales. And save. So we can continue to add steps. Let's see. We've looked at email, we looked at call. Let's take a look at a to-do. So to-do, I would probably say if this is something we probably want to do when the call is good. So update information in Salesforce, perhaps. And we have to-do content. So this looks more like an expanded information. But we have merge fields. That's cool. So I could go grab if I'm working with a lead, it looks like I can go grab and say first name, so maybe update lead information in Salesforce. And I'm going to guess here when it says after X many days or hours that this is based off of how many days or hours after the previous item in this step. So I'm going to leave this one blank because I'm curious to see where this actually falls up. And then maybe we'll say after 10 days, it looks like we can say after 10 days, but at a specific time. So maybe at 5 p.m., right? Let's see. I'm not quite sure how that. There we go. So we'll make it at 6:30 and p.m. There we go. And so we have outcomes. So I can see. So we can actually have named outcomes, and we can have an indication whether it's positive or negative. So let's make an outcome never responds. This person never responded by email or voicemail, or email or phone, and that's obviously negative. And it looks like we have a goal value. I'm going to guess that you can set up some goals here, and then based off of what the outcome was, you can make a positive dollar value or not. So maybe as a way to kind of track how successful certain campaigns are. But we're going to stick with 0 for right now, and we could probably add another campaign outcome here, and let's say converts to opportunity. Lead is qualified, interested, and ready to move forward. Converted lead in Salesforce. And we'll just say this $1,000 because I'm going to see what happens. Okay, so it looks like we have a couple of outcomes here. Let's go ahead and save this. Choose either a day or time for step 3. So where's step 3? 1, 2. Oh, so I do have to set a step here. So we'll just make this 1. So I guess you must always have to do something else. The other thing I'm interested in is, can I move things around? No. So it looks like you can go ahead and add steps in between each step, but if you create something out of order, I don't see a way to reorder these. That's okay. Go ahead and hit save. So here's our flight plan. We can clone this. We can go ahead and view this. Here's some outcomes that we have. Okay, so that's great. So let's try. All right, so let's go ahead and actually start a flight. So we'll start a flight, and we can build who's going to be into this flight for leads or contacts, and either from a list view or a report. Okay, so because I'm testing this, and I don't actually want to do this with live people, we're going to go ahead and use list view that I created that literally contains just me. And so I get a list. Looks like the max number you can have is 100. You check off the people and click continue. Okay, so choose a flight plan, and I only have one flight plan set up. So it says, okay, when do you want to start this? Send on in the time, and we'll start the flight. Well, that's how easy it is to add someone to the flight. Well, that's it for the first view of Cirrus Insight flight plans. The next time we'll actually take a look at once we have flights built out and how people can actually use this as part of their everyday planning.